yo, welcome to Sports and Street Talk Season 3, Episode 1. We here with this episode called The Power of the what, Rock?
In the knowing.
The power of the inner knowing. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot that comes with it. I think when you listen to it, it's just the power of what you know. There's different ways you can go about it. There's different ways you can look at it. But the power of the knowing, the power of the willing to know. There's a lot of different situations and topics that I feel that, you know, with the knowledge of what you're trying to do in life, what you're trying to be in life, how you want to, you know, elevate into being the best at what you do in your industry. Obviously, the power of what you know is important. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and kick it off with Rob, and then we're going to go on a room with Rock. But, you know, there's some real, I feel like some gems that can be really displayed on this message and this topic of the power of the knowing, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the power of knowing, right?
Power in the knowing.
So when we named this one, what was you thinking? What was your thought process behind it?
Well, mainly the power in the knowing, to be able to actually give some gems and give some knowledge to those who just don't know. And how much power you can actually disperse from what you already know.
So kind of almost like proven. Speaking from experience in a way.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got you. Okay, so what I would say about the episode, I mean, I've been through a lot of different things in my life, right? We all have. We've all been through, me and Josh, football, non-football, business, non-business, relationships, personal, friendships, family. And I think that the most pivotal, most brilliant thing about all of it is learning through experience, right?
Right.
The only way to know, right, the power of knowing, right? You can't go through something and know something that you haven't done. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. You can't know something without going through it. To know meaning to have gone.
Have gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, so it's for me, the power of knowing is a shorter version of saying the power of having gone through it, in a way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like, you know, gone through and going through some stuff. You know what I mean? Every business ain't gonna work out. Right. Every relationship ain't gonna work out.
The more you know, the more you grow.
The more you know, the more you grow. And I think that man, the only way to know is to go through it. And I mean, sometimes you can learn lessons.
Hold on, Rob. What happens when you've been told something?
That was gonna be my next piece. Like,
Go ahead and let him finish it out,
that
right?
was gonna be my next piece.
You over here trying to cut the man off, man.
The
man trying to deep dive into it.
I'm excited. Welcome back to Sports and Street Talk, y'all. Let's go.
Welcome back to the dugout. But I just feel like you can learn from experience, man. Like, it's like, you know, me and Josh had a deep conversation the other day, and you know, I won't go into the specifics of the conversation because that was bros talk, but it was like some things that he had gone through, and then it was some things that I had gone through or was going through at the time. And so, you know, his stints in that moment of what he was going through was longer than the stints that I was going through, because he didn't have nobody to give him guidance or tell him a perspective on what he should do and shouldn't do.
Right.
So for me, I got some information on how to, I guess, kind of change the outcome of that situation in particular. So I'm like, all right. Now, with this information, I can move differently. So my knowing is now not because I went through it, but he went through it.
Right.
And so now I know based off what he knew.
I get you, bro. I get you.
You
I
feel
get
me?
you. But check this out. All right. Let's go this direction with it. All right. So give me a particular situation in which if you knew better, you do better.
Dang.
If you knew better, you do better.
Shit, it's so many.
Tell me about it.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Love my son to death, bro, but I don't wish, or I wouldn't have had a child in that circumstance.
Why is that? Is that because of the particular?
No, not because of the young lady, because his mom is dope. Like, my baby mother's dope. You know what I mean? But I would say that I would want to have, if I knew better, I would do better. I would want to have had been in love, been married,
Right.
and then had my kid.
Done it the right way.
Done it the right way.
Right.
If there's a right or wrong way, right? But if I knew better, I would have did that better. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like, that whole dynamic of, the trying to raise a kid and
Did the
two different households, it's just weird.
Did it ever come to you in your mind that when she became pregnant, she needs to be the one that you're gonna marry?
I tried. I tried, bro. I really did. I tried everything. I tried everything that I knew that I could do. You know what I mean? And it just, some shit, if it ain't working, it ain't working. You know what I'm saying? And I tried. It ain't cause I didn't try.
Right,
6 years. I tried.
How about you, JP? If you knew better, you do better.
It come from experience, and then just to talk about what Rob was going through, it's all about, what you go through in life. Like, I feel that, as far as just like, if you want to talk about the dynamics of it, what we all go through as men is as far as dealing with, the opposite females, or not the opposite females, but just with females or the opposite sex, as I was always say. But it gives me the understanding that, every situation is different. And I always talk about having emotional intelligence, about how men need to deal with women. But more importantly, it's just about, what are you bringing and how affected what you're bringing is going to be, because that's how long the relationship is going to last, or that's how long that situation is going to last, or that's how long that whatever the circumstance or the situation is with you and the opposite sex is going to last.
Give me a particular situation. If you knew better, you would have done better.
I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, I had situations where I was dealing with a young lady, and, granted, and Rob knows her, but, the lady wasn't, I felt that at the time it's all, fun and games, right? It looked good, it looked good, smell good, feel good, but everything is not good for you. Yeah, and, it takes a long time to learn that and realize that. Now I learn and realize that when I see it, it's something that, you're not fazed by it. But I wasn't really fazed by it before. It was just the extra on it. Like, look, let's just cut the chase. There's certain things. There's catalogs to women, and you have women. You have beautiful women. You have beautiful women that are smart. You have beautiful women that are dumb. You have beautiful women that come with a lot of different things.
Right.
And sometimes you run into that beautiful woman that carries a lot of different things that may not be good for you.
So from your experience, can you pick them out? Can y'all pick them out now?
Can I interject real quick? I read a quote. This was kind of piggybacking on what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And so the quote said, it's either she's marriage material or mattress material.
Yeah.
Make sure you choose wisely.
Yeah.
That's real.
and a lot of the times,
that's so real.
I feel like
that's so real. Yeah.
I feel like as men, like we need to understand, like, where does the pain come from with the opposite sex. Yeah, and I'm about to get going. Rock, don't start. I'm about to get going.
Oh man.
So the thing about it is,
I'm gonna lean back.
Me too.
When as far as just being in a relationship, or the power of knowing the woman that you are with, right? The power of knowing your woman. As a man, you have to know your woman. Like, you gotta know, because if you know, you manage situations better when you're out. Things will go more smoothly, and at the end of the day, you'll be more happy, because Lord knows, men, all we care about is peace and food.
That's it. That's all we need.
And respect. And at the end of the day, that's all we
respect, and
need.
food.
I mean, that other stuff with the physical stuff, let's talk about it.
It's important.
The sex is important.
No question.
Right?
No question.
But that's important. But at the same
Gotta
time,
be able to take
the
care
peace
of
of
the
a
main
mind, as a man, smart men realize that peace of mind is more important than the other part, because the peace of mind will allow you to grow mentally. And when you grow mentally, things around you start to change, because when you grow mentally, you start thinking differently. And when you start thinking differently, things start changing, and you'll start seeing success, and you start making more money. But at the same time, you never forget who you are as a person.
Absolutely.
You never forget where you come from. You never forget, that person that, you was in a struggle with. You never change up on nobody. And I feel that a lot of people do that. I feel like a lot of people don't really understand the true understanding of just being truly genuine and really want to see people win. But it's not about yourself. It's not about me, right? It's not about Rob Gordon, right? It's not about Rock Jones.
No.
It's about what can we do as men, alpha men in this world to teach the younger generation how to become better people.
Absolutely.
And I feel that's the way, you know, it should be, and that it should be. But, you know, as men, we all have our own. We're human beings, man. We have our own selfish agendas.
Right.
To say that we don't, we lying. You know what I mean? You go out to a spot, right? You see a pretty girl and be like, dang, I want her. Right? That's your own selfish agenda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everybody has their own selfish agendas.
Right.
But the fact of reality, how true genuinely is that selfish agenda? Is it genuinely just because you genuinely want it? I don't think that's selfish, but it's your selfish desire, right? Because you will put that in front of other things because that's what your priority is, right?
No
but
question.
that doesn't really become selfish. Do you really become selfish for that? I mean, that's another topic to talk about. I just think the priorities that we have as people, the priorities that we have as men, need to resonate in how we lead, right?
Oh,
and
absolutely.
how we you know, show and act.
And here's
And not Rock. Let me go. And not even talk. I can't do the talking no more. Being somebody's ear, it only can get you so far. Showing and acting is the two most important things, whether you're in a relationship, professional relationship. We got to see some action, boss, right? We got to see some action, right, Rob? We got to see some action, right? I mean, you can talk all the game you want to, but you keep doing the same thing. What we doing? We just going around the ring of roses and we wasting people's time.
It's insanity.
And it's insanity. And a lot of people live in this insanity. So the power of knowing what to do differently or when to do or how to do it is very important. The power of knowing, man, is understanding or being in front of that next move that's going to, A, make or break you, or A, B, not A, but B, A, is this good for me? Or C, do I really need to put my time and invest in this thing? Or D, is my family okay? Is this the right decision for my mom or my dad, right? Or E, is this good for my friends? Like, is my friends gonna benefit this? So I feel like we call this the family tree, man. And I feel like people need to live in all in one chord. As a person, as a man, his one long limb, right? Boom, that's you as a person. That's you, your soul. That's who you are as a person. That's what you stand on, that long limb, right? And then you got these branches that branch off this long limb, right? And every man has a limb. Every man on this podcast, this show, is a king, right? They stand on their own. They got their own limb. How can we branch off and help others, right? Because that's what it's about. It's not about me. It's not about, you know, the next person. It's about how can we help others, man. As kings, how can we help others, man? And at the end of the day, our culture, and this is something I was talking about the GS. People don't know who GS shoots the show now. He shoots the show. And at the end of the day, GS is not a man of color. Okay? GS is, you know, a white man. Other. But I'm going to call him a white man, which is, you know, that's who he is. But he's a good man, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, it's not about color. It's not about, you know, inequality. It's about being fair. And I feel like the power of knowing and being fair with it is priceless. And I know I went a lot. I know I talked a lot.
No. You
I
good,
went in
bro.
different directions.
Get it out.
But I'm getting it out.
Get it out.
Because
Get
it
it
needs
out.
therapy.
I definitely want to give him a hug. No question, bro. I definitely want to give him a hug.
I need therapy.
No,
I'm just
but
talking.
You're absolutely right, man.
But just the things that I see, man. This is not the things that I go through, but it's just the things that I see.
No, we got to create the conversation for the youth.
But we got to create the conversation for the youth, because the
definitely
youth,
agree with that.
y'all gonna see that, man. Y'all gonna see that coming up, man. You gonna see people that are fooling themselves, right? And people that want to act like, you know, this is what they doing.
And I personally think it deals with, you know, giving the youth examples and explaining to them that failure doesn't exist. there's always a tomorrow. There's always the next minute. There's always a time. See, a lot of times, people focus on the losing and the loss and
failure do exist now. Let's not put that false narrative out
no,
there.
hold on. Failure
exist.
doesn't exist until you die and you have nothing left to give to this world.
No, let's be clear. Failure does happen, right? If you, let's just say, for example, you lifting weights, right? And you can't get it, right? And you rack it, boom. You failed, right? You didn't do it. But the failure in that shows you that you're not strong enough yet to do that weight. Or if you, let's just say, you get into a period of your life where something and everything is not going your way. Let's say you paying a car note, whatever the case may be, and that car get repossessed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a failure. It's a repossession, right?
I could dig that.
But hold on. That repossession then teaches you now what you got to do next. You can rebuild that. You can rebuild the credit. You can get that off. But then at that point, that next point is, now I got to pay the bill on time.
Hold on.
So that failure taught you, it was a loss, but it was a lesson. So there is such thing as called failure. You gotta, let's be real now.
Nah,
let's not lie to the people.
I don't think of it like that, because I think if we miss a turn or miss our exit, you know what I mean? It don't mean we ain't gonna get to our destination.
That do.
Nine times out of 10,
100% true.
9 times out of 10,
But your ass still missed the exit.
all we gotta do is reroute.
You
and
can
come
reroute.
back. Come back at it tomorrow.
Right. But you still got to reroute. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a bad thing. I think what you're saying is looking at failure as a bad thing.
No, failure is just it's a lesson learned.
Correct, and that's what I'm saying. It's a loss, but the loss is a lesson. And I think that the school system teaches us that a F is failure, right?
Right.
That's a loss. But really, what it tells you is you don't know shit. You need to go back and relearn.
Right. You got to go back.
You got to go back.
You got to get back into it.
And see, so what it is we so used to, we've been conditioned for instantaneous thoughts, instantaneous processes, instantaneous success, right?
Right.
You take a test, you get an A. You move to the next test. You take a test, you get a B. You move to the next test. You take a test, you get an F. You move to the next test. But what if you in school, you got that F, and if you got that F, you got to do it again. Mm-hmm. That teaches you that
that's real.
That loss is not a loss. It's just a saying that you got to go back and do this shit over again.
Okay, so what you're speaking of is failing. I'm talking about a failure.
Failing, failure, it's a root word of the same word. It's all the fucking same word. Failure, fail, it's all, the root word is to fail, right? Failure and to fail, and falling or fail, the root word is to fail, right?
That's the root word.
But that's the thing.
Failure means that you've accepted failing. That means, that's just like saying, okay, I got...
Somebody might call you a failure, right? Because they feel like their perception of you is that you failed, right? And that's final. It's finite. It's done, right? But at the end of the day, like you knowing who you are as a person, saying this is not the end of my chapter, right?
Right.
So for example,
so you can't be classified as a failure.
You can't be classified as a failure if you're going to continue to go forward.
Exactly.
Failure means ending, finite.
Right.
It's done.
That means that you can't be a failure unless you're dead.
You cannot be a failure until you die. So I agree with you in that way.
Okay.
Failure is done. It's over. Boom. If you go to jail and you in there for serving a life sentence, nigga, you kind of a failure.
You're a fucking failure.
You know.
Yeah.
You fucking know what you did. Hey.
You know.
But then there's always an exemption, you know what I'm saying, to every rule, right? You might get out on good behavior, or you might do something within the jail system that can help you, you know what I'm saying, help other people kind of go down a different route. Might code, you know, whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that whoever goes to jail serves a life sentence, you done, your life is over with. You know what I mean? Because there is a redemption. I do believe in redemption. You know what I mean? Because I had some homies that served some long time, whatever the case may be, they got out under good behavior or some other things. You know what I mean? And so they got an opportunity to come back out here and do good service. So let's not say that. We sports and street talk. We talk to a lot of niggas from the street. So I won't say that. But when I say failure is like, nigga, it's over, It's
Right.
over.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's done.
It's done.
You know what I'm saying? That's a wrap.
Finito.
Finito. Mucho
Yeah.
finito. So if somebody
So-
says, yo, you a failure, homie, I'm not a failure. I just
Right.
failed at that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in real estate for 8 years. I've had a couple properties potentially foreclosed on. When you get that foreclosure letter, that don't mean I failed. That just means that somebody didn't pay the bill.
Right.
But there's a comeback period. There's a
Always-
redemption.
Always a reset.
Hey, nigga, if I ain't in the grave, we good.
We
Right.
good. Hey, you know the funny thing about it
Precisely.
is, you come back down to it. It's simple, man.
Simple math.
When you know, you just flat out know.
You just know.
You
know.
know,
And that's the power of knowing.
And that's the power of knowing. It's just when you
Period.
know, you just know. It's the beautiful thing about it. You can know situation, information,
Can't nobody
leverage,
take that from you.
relationship. Hey, nobody can take that away from you because you just know. And
Yeah.
it's the 100% certainty. That's just the beautiful thing about it.
You know,
Now, a lot of people are just not 100% certain about things. But when you're 100% certain about things, it's without being there, that's a beautiful thing about it. But that comes with a lot of trust, and that comes with a lot of trust with your sources too, though.
Right. Without
So it
reasonable
can come
doubt.
from a distance too, though. Think about what I'm saying, America. Think about it. I mean, everybody has their own way of getting knowledge and understanding information or leveraging situations or relationships and things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we all want to know what's going on. But we all don't want to feel like we pressed to know what we going on. Like now, some people don't give a fuck. Some people don't give a fuck about what you doing, what I'm doing, what you doing. There's categories. There's that 5, 6, 7%. That's rare. You got that 40%, and you got that majority. You know what I'm saying?
So how much time do you think it takes to know the person that you with?
We going back to relationships?
We going back to that, huh?
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel like you never know. I feel like
You feel like you never know?
it might feel like that. I feel like maybe the person that you may be in love with might be hiding something from you till eternity. Who knows? Shit, I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna
Shit, you can take it there. Shit, let me go there. I mean, shit. I mean, can you really trust people these days nowadays?
Yeah, but
Unless you with them 24/7 on the phone, FaceTime, right? Unless
Nah,
I mean,
it's-
what really is a relationship?
It's
If-
it's the level of communication you have with a person, and you.
That's the level of relationship, regardless of what they say out their mouth. Oh, we're together. Oh, but we only talk once a day. Really?
Right. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not. I always say in relationships, not just boyfriend and girlfriend. It's not how long you know a person. It has nothing to do. It's
well,
the
knowing
calcula-
somebody. Here's the thing.
It's the calculated
Because
hours you
the
spend
question
with
was how do you know somebody, right? How long does it take you to know somebody? And I think that the answer to that is you never fully know anybody.
What you mean by that?
I'm gonna tell you.
Mm.
So, for example, you came out your mom, right? Your mother,
Mm-hmm.
and you've known your mother. Let's say we all in our 30s, so it's 30 something years,
Right.
and so, but you don't know everything about your mom.
No question.
You'll ask your mom a question and she'll say some wild shit. You be like, "Well, I didn't even know that." You know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying? So I think, and that's your mother. That's somebody that raised you. That's somebody you've been around, let's just say 15, 20 years of your life. Every day, all day. And you still finding out things about your mom that you don't know.
Can you know a person without knowing everything about them? I would think so.
You know of them. I don't think you really fully know them, right? Because people don't know themselves. Let's just be
That's-
honest.
that's
You
true.
can live with your mother. It's people that live with themselves for 30 plus years on this earth, and they still don't know everything about themselves.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? Like you find out new shit about you every year. You like,
Right.
damn, I ain't know I had this allergy. Damn, I ain't know I was allergic to this. Damn, I ain't know I like that. Damn, I ain't know I like this sea bass and towel. I didn't know I liked that.
That's a great
Because you've
point,
never
Rob.
been exposed to that thing to even know that you liked it or didn't like it. So everybody's always learning something new about them. So you can never know somebody 100%. I don't think that me personally, I don't think that you could ever know somebody 100% because somebody don't know 100% of themselves because you learning something new about you. Every day we all grow.
I agree.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Every day you learn something about. Damn, I didn't know I had that mole on
I
my
agree.
foot. Damn, I ain't know this.
No.
Hey,
Great point.
Hey,
Great
hey,
point.
Rob,
Great
I'm
point,
gonna answer
Rob.
the question with you without even looking at you. I'm gonna look at Rock without even looking at Rob. It's like, can we trust you?
Trust is different. Now, trust is different than knowing somebody.
Right.
And do we knowing somebody is two different things, right? So it's like, do we really know you? We know you, but do we really, really, really know you? And that takes in-depth questioning. That takes conversation. That takes multiple dates. That takes time to know somebody.
In a way, but I say
I
like
agree.
this.
And the
I
thing
agree.
about it is, when you take time to know somebody, you will find out answers. A, do I really want to be with this person? B, is this person good for me? C, is this person bring something of value?
Basically, what you're willing to deal with.
And
What are you-
D,
yeah.
and what are you willing to deal with? Those four things. What do you bring to the table? Is this good for me? What does he bring to the table? And what was the last one you just said?
What you're willing to deal with.
And what you willing to deal with. Those four. That's simple when it comes down to that. So when you look at it, it's like, okay, how can I manage this situation I'm dealing with? When you look at it, like, all right, is this person good for me? Is this what I want? Does she pass the checklist? Is she crazy? Is this gonna hurt me?
Let's just keep it 100.
Right.
If we talking about male-female relationships, there's always going to be some form of what we consider to be, I don't even want to call it crazy, right?
No, it is. You can call it that because it is.
I'm not.
And then here's the thing. You know, I don't want to just put it on women. Every person has a level of crazy, and you just have to determine
All right, so
what
let's
level.
do that. Okay, cool. So we're gonna make it non-gender specific.
Okay.
Everybody has a level of crazy,
Yep.
right? Men have a level of crazy when we get into a relationship and we become in love.
And when that's twice straight too.
But listen, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 1,000. Let's keep it a billion.
Let's keep it 100 with the folks. Look, when that twice straight.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Outside of the sex, the sex is a part of what makes you go to the level of being in love, right? But
Right.
once a man is in love, we get to a point where there's a level of crazy, right?
Right.
There might be a level of insecurity. There might be a level of trust issues, maybe. There might be a level of different things. I don't know. I don't know all.
No, I think we just really have, you know, men. They understand their assignment. They understand the responsibility.
Right, we know what we do, protect, to provide.
Yeah.
Right, like that's the basic shit. Right,
Right.
To protect, to provide.
Right.
To fucking feed her. To fucking
Possess her.
yeah, fucking whatever that shit. Right.
Right.
All the bullshit. Right. But
The checklist.
I think that there's a level though that women fail to understand, and if you ever have to question if your man is in love with you, if he gives you a level or shows you a level of crazy, whatever it is, whether possession, whatever, you know if this nigga's in love with you, ladies.
Right.
You don't have to fucking question if this nigga's in love with you, because if this nigga's in love with you, he gonna let you know. He might slap a nigga in the club randomly, grab a nigga, something. He gonna do something crazy. You be like, this is not, don't do that.
Right.
That means that the nigga's in love with you.
Vice versa.
Period. And vice versa.
Yeah.
And you, like Josh said, you got to deal or be willing to deal with your version level of crazy. Everybody's
The crazy that match your crazy.
threshold is different. You might like a woman to slap you in your face and then tell you that she love her. I'm not with that shit. Don't punch on me. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to my ex-wife.
You feel me? So everybody's level of acceptance is different when it comes to relationship. But what I will say is, even when relationship is not just a word when we talking about male and female.
Right.
Relationship can be brother to brother,
Yeah.
homeboy to homeboy, homeboy to homegirl, mother to son,
Yeah.
brother to sister. And even in those relationships, you know what I'm saying? I got a sister. My sister's 18 months older than me. I don't know everything about my sister. Josh, how long we known each other?
Goddamn, 25 years.
I don't know everything about Josh.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I like to think that I know Josh. I know the basics about Josh. I know he likes to eat. I know he likes to go. I know he likes to drive. I know on Tuesdays he likes certain things.
So if
I know
somebody
what type of
came,
women he likes.
if somebody came to you and told you something about Josh that you just doesn't seem like him,
His character.
yeah, in regards
think
to
that-
his character,
Okay, go ahead. Finish the question.
could you honestly say, "Oh yeah, that wasn't him"?
Yeah, I probably would. If somebody came to me and said he smacks puppies, I'm like, that ain't Josh. You don't
Right.
smack puppies. That nigga like dogs. I don't know where the smack puppy reference came from, but I'm just saying, if somebody came to me and said, Josh be smacking puppies, I'd be like, nah, Josh, my boy don't smack no puppies. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, he don't even like puppies like that to get close enough to smack them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, I don't necessarily, those are character references, right? But then again, in life, people go through shit.
Right.
You don't know.
And you never know.
You don't know.
You
don't know.
You never know.
On a
if-
certain day,
right.
he might be like, look at this ugly ass dog. This dog looking at me all crazy. I'm gonna slap the shit out of this puppy. And he slapped the puppy. Now you done slapped the puppy. Now he's a puppy slapper. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right.
You don't know what people be going through, what be going through people's heads. So, but as far as like a character reference, you can only go by character reference, right? So if I know this person and I know how this person is in certain situations, I've never seen them slap a puppy. We done been around puppies. We done been around dogs in certain situations. You know what I mean? Nah, he wouldn't slap no puppy.
So in the power and the knowing, are we defined by things that we have been known to do or we have done in the past? Are we defined by those things?
I think your character is. You know what I mean? If you're in a situation where, I don't know, let's just say, being a caretaker, right? And everybody doesn't necessarily know how to do that, right?
Right.
It takes a special person, as they say.
Okay.
Takes a special person to do this. Know how to care for somebody, be soft, be gentle, be aware, you know what I mean? Be understanding. So it takes a special person to do that. Everybody can't do that. So when you're talking about if this person's characteristic, and I've seen this person do this, is that innate within them? Is that their characteristic? Right. Yeah. I would say if I've seen it be done, yeah, that's who Rock is. Rock is a caretaking type of dude.
Right.
So if somebody came to me and was like, oh, I seen Rock push an old lady down the steps. Nah, that ain't his MO.
Right.
That's just a character trait. And I think that's more of a character trait question than is this person this or that? I don't know. You
Right,
know what I mean?
but let's say the old lady just smacked the fuck out of me and ran over my foot, and I just pushed it.
I just
off reaction. I just pushed it.
Well, reaction. I mean, we humans, right? So as a human, I would expect you to react to something, but there's also self-control, and I would also know that you have exemplified to me in a certain way self-control. I don't see you pushing an old lady down the steps, but I don't know what this old lady did to you or who this old lady is to you or what, you know what I mean, why you did that. So if there was a character reference and the police came to me and said, did Rock smack and push this old lady down steps? Nah, that don't sound like something Rock would do.
Nah, that definitely don't sound like something Rock would do though.
Oh yeah, I definitely know. I know I need to call y'all for character witnesses. Y'all wouldn't.
But I don't know Rock that well. I don't. I know Rock had a previous life before he met me.
Look,
So
I knew what's coming, Rob. All eyes on you. Look at us.
I'm just
Hey,
saying.
GS, get this. All eyes on Rock right now. Look at him.
Nah,
All I'm
turn
saying-
the camera away.
Hey,
I'm not saying old ladies
Roscoe.
specifically, but I'm saying I don't know you. I know you, but I don't know you up until a point in your life. And when you was younger,
Keep that shit funky with him, Rob.
I'm just saying, Rock.
Shit.
We've known each other for a little while now,
Right.
and I've never seen you in those circumstances. But you might have been in those circumstances at some point in your life. So if somebody comes from your past and asks me a question about your present, I can't answer the question from your past because I don't know you from the past.
Right. But how do we move? How do we move forward with people's disturbed past? Like,
Oof.
let's just say,
Ooh.
you know what I'm saying?
How
like,
do we move forward with people's disturbed past? Can we though? Is the question.
I think it depends on what level.
It's more than therapy.
I
That's
think
more of just
therapy.
looking at somebody's self in the mirror and just looking at them fuck themselves and just be like, look, I gotta.
Like,
do I have a problem with myself? And if I do have a problem, can I fix it? Number one, if I have a problem, if I need to fix it, number one, where I need to go. Number two, who I need to talk to.
Well, what's the problem?
And what's the problem?
Like, what if let's channel back into relationships a little bit. What if your girl, after 3 months, 4 months of knowing her, she comes out and say, you know, when I was young, I was a little promiscuous. You know, one might call me a hoe. You know, I had a lot of dudes.
Somebody might call me a hoe.
But you all, but
You know, the craziest thing about what y'all talking about is talking about being promiscuous. It's always that double standard conversation.
Always the double
with
standard.
men and women. Like,
Absolutely.
oh, so y'all can be hoes, but we can't be hoes, huh? But y'all look at us different.
right.
No,
I
it's
don't
not. It's not the simple fact that we look at you different. It's
I
just
don't
the
care.
fact that, you know, women we
don't care.
I feel like we hold you to a higher standard.
Yeah, because
don't care.
women are
What's wrong with my answer to that is what's wrong with
I
me holding women
don't
to a higher standard?
absolutely, because women
I
are
don't
our
care.
first example.
I don't care.
Women are the first example that we get.
And you whispering
They're the
back here
mother-
talking about I don't care why niggas is trying to
I don't care. I don't care.
I could
I
dig
personally
that
don't
though,
care.
bro.
If you're a hoe, just
It-
make sure you
Take care
are
of this.
gentle with my balls. That's all I don't care.
Look.
Because listen, let's keep it 100. You don't want to be with a woman who's not good in bed. Right?
Amen. Amen to that.
Amen to that. And so you think that she became good in bed when she got with you? No.
She was already good.
She was already good. She
already-
had
she already-
practice.
she already had the
She
belt.
put the practice in.
She already had the belt
She did
now.
the 2 a days. She done did the lap. She done ran the stairs. You know what I'm saying? She had to do what she had to do to get good. And so in order to get good, she had to do it with other people.
But-
I just don't care to think about that. But at the end of the day, I accept all the future residuals of that
The
current
future residuals. Did you
Oh,
hear
but-
this, nigga?
The
What
future
you just
residuals,
said,
that's
Rob?
right.
Man, I
of
heard.
that
I heard,
of
I heard
those
it.
past
I heard it.
situations.
Residuals.
I heard that. I heard that. He's got to be speaking as a single man. Got to be.
Huh?
You got to be speaking as a single man.
No. I'm saying listen, man. A woman in the streets and a freak in the sheets. She don't get to be a freak. She don't get to the freaky status without having experience. That's all I'm saying. You don't get to be a freak and a hoe. They run together. It's like a freaky hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
it's
right.
like it go together. It's like a mashup. You know what I'm saying? Like
So the past don't matter to you at all.
no, nigga, because we all got a pass.
It don't matter to me either.
We all got a pass. Don't
honest.
ask me about my body count. I won't ask you about yours. Because if
Right.
you ask me, you don't want to know the
You don't want to know the answer. You don't want to know the answer.
And I don't want to know yours. To be honest, I don't want to know yours.
And guess what? You don't know.
So what do y'all
And she gonna lie anyway.
You
what
don't
do
know.
y'all believe is a definite need to know, other than the factors of
None of
her
it.
actually
What I
being
need
a
to
woman?
know?
Yeah.
As far as just like from a woman's standpoint,
Yeah.
what I need to know.
Other than her being a woman, of course.
Well, there's a lot of things I need to know. A, do your breath stink?
Everybody
Okay.
breast stinks sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a different.
And that's just like crazy. You
It's a
got to
different-
be able to deal with
Hey,
it.
it's
with the stanky breath.
There's a different type of breath stink though.
That's different.
It's
It's
a
different.
girl
levels
that
to
be
the breast
brushing their teeth and 2 hours later they breath stink.
It's different. It's different. It's different. Yeah, that day is called halitosis.
That's how I told you know.
Yeah.
A, that's
levels of
A.
breath
B,
Maintenance.
maintenance. Do you take care of yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you wash your ass?
Do you wash your
Straight up.
ass?
Your coochie?
Straight up.
Your underarm?
Do you eat
Straight
good?
up.
Underneath your titty?
Do you work
Right.
out?
And do you smell that?
You know?
Yeah.
C, what's your career? What you doing? You know? Are you providing for your family? You know what I'm saying? Are you following your
Fuck
goals?
your family. Are you providing for
Me
yourself?
and Rock had this conversation earlier. 95% in I'm gonna get a lot of backlash on this comment, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Go ahead, say what you got to say.
Women want to be lazy. You know, a majority of them want to go out there and, you know, find a handsome guy that got, you know, a lot of money and they can settle down with, and they ain't gotta do shit. That's the life of a woman. You know, that's the
dream.
That's the dream.
That's the dream.
You know, but the real and the real.
Let's just talk about
And
that. For a second.
no, and the real, we don't. Me personally, I don't respect that because I don't respect, everything just given to you. I feel like me on this earth as a man, you have to earn what you get. You know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer in that. You put in the work,
Let's
you deserve.
let's talk
You know what
about-
I'm saying?
let's
But
talk about
that's
logistics.
but that doesn't happen to a lot of men. Number one, two, and B. It takes a little bit of luck.
Let's talk about logistics
But
and specifics.
It talks about the logistics specifics, but it takes the fact of what do you specifically want out of that hard-earned work. You know what I'm saying? Do you want a good-looking woman that doesn't do anything, or do you want a good-looking woman that has a 9-to-5, or do you want a good-looking woman that has a career? I mean, there's levels to beautiful women. When I get back to you, what I was saying is there's beautiful women that are broke. There's beautiful women that have a job, 9-to-5, that's regular. And there's beautiful women that are paid.
Same with me.
And there's beautiful women that are rich. So there's levels to it. So the fact is, what are a man is going to tolerate on a certain level type of a woman to depend on if that man is going to create a long-lasting friendship with that woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that balance a man's equal occupation balance with a woman who is a waiter? You know what I'm saying? Like, does that man that's making 7 figures gonna look at that waiter that's beautiful that is making $15 an hour, right? The power of
gonna
knowing.
look.
He knows that
He gonna
she
look.
makes $15 an hour, but she bad.
He gonna look.
Is he gonna deal with her?
It depends though.
Is he gonna? Is he does?
You
does
can't-
oh, is he gonna deal with her? Number one, A, or is he gonna take her seriously? B, number two,
What?
or three, is he just wants to just pass her off to the homies and she can put her in the friend zone? Because it's 3 things.
It all
I want to marry her. I just want to hit her, or she cool and pass it to the
But
homies.
see, you can't just. I don't know, like even with the waitress occupation thing, right? I think that's a transitional job. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I worked as a waiter and I had a master's degree. So if a motherfucker come in a restaurant and they, have an initial conversation or whatever, or just a thought process, you would think, oh, this person is in this position. Nah, I had just come out of college and I'm trying to figure out life. But you can't judge a person based off a career path or a current situation. That's like saying a trash man ain't gonna be a billionaire. That's today's situation.
That's today's
You know
situation.
what I'm saying? We've all had jobs because you had to take the job because you had to feed your family. That's like, for
Facts.
example, the dude who's an actor who was bagging groceries, who was a phenomenal actor. He was bagging groceries, and somebody saw him, took a video of him as to make a mockery of him. And 2 weeks later, he got a call from Tyler Perry. 2 weeks later after that, he got a call from 50 Cent. And now he's a working actor as a reoccurring on a TV show of Power Book 2. So you can't judge somebody off their current situation. We all make mistakes. Certain situations happen, or you got to do what you got to do to feed your family. But when it comes to just the judgment of women or the opposite relationship or opposite sex, I think it's more so between the ears than what's easy on the eyes, because it's pretty women a dime a dozen everywhere. But it's really what's within her brain, heart, spirit, soul that dictates can you move forward with her. Because if you're a rich dude, if you're a rich man, it doesn't matter. You could change her life. It don't matter what her job path is, career path. If she gives you peace, if she's for you, if she does certain things that other women can't do for you, it doesn't matter. She's to the moon. You know what I'm saying? We all one opportunity away, one check away, right?
No question.
And so the flip on that to me
But
is this. Hold up. The flip to me on that is this. A lot of women want a man who is financially in a certain position, right?
that's true.
Right.
But let's do the that's
That's
why I
true.
said
That's a fact.
that's why I said numbers and logistics, right? So how many men realistically that aren't ball players? So take out football niggas, take out the basketball, the soccer, hell, even take the musicians and the actors away. Now, what percentage of men, African American men, because we African American men, are successful in making 6 figures or more?
Very small percent.
Slim pickings, right?
Yeah. Real.
So now the question remains to be, well, if there's slim pickings there, then now you got a pool of women, right, that are violating or have this thought process of what a man is or what type of man they want, right? And so now he has these different types of women to choose from. He got 20, 30,000, whatever, 40, let's just say 15, right? Power average is 15 women. Then he has to decipher through on which one works best for him. That makes it tough for the dating pool, of course. But as a man, you know what I'm saying? Like, or as a woman, like, you kind of got to look at it from that perspective. Like, all the women have the same thought process on what type of dude they want.
Absolutely. No question.
6 figures. He got to be tall. He got to be
fit.
He got to be.
You gotta be all that in the bag. All that in the bag of chips.
Right.
Yeah.
But what about the nigga that's bagging groceries? Name Sam. That's a cool dude. Sam trying to figure life out. You know, he like you. You know, but you don't want to give Sam the time of day, cause Deontay that play for the Rams that you like in all his Instagram pics, you'll never meet him. Maybe this weekend you might meet him at Super Bowl.
Right.
He might see you and smash you off, but he ain't gonna take you seriously. But Sam is in love with you.
Oh, no question.
Sam will build with you. You and Sam can go to the moon together. Y'all can start a business, do some different stuff. I just think that, you know, men we more realistic when it comes to who we can get and how we can get them. I think women are a little bit unrealistic in their pursuit of men.
Right. You hear women say all the time, "Oh, Chris Brown, that's my husband."
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
No,
you better get the hell out of here.
But the thing about it is it just, I look at it from the standpoint of, you know, women have a general view of what they want. It is what it is.
They all have the same
They have
view.
that. No, I wouldn't say the same view. I would just say they have their dream guy.
No, but a lot of
every woman has their dream
if
guy
you talk to
of what
a
they
lot of
want.
women, the specifics are the same. Fundamentally are the same.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, is every woman I feel like has a dream guy what they want, and they put every guy on the pedestal. You know, as far as like of what checks off the box for them. A lot of times nowadays, I feel that, you know, guys got to understand. We have to understand as men, understand as a man that has a sense of direction, a sense of purpose in life, or where he wants to go. That, you know, there's requirements, things.
You don't never hear no woman say, "I want a fat dude that make $60,000 a year."
Never.
With 4 kids. You don't never hear that.
I want to date a millionaire.
Yeah, everybody wants.
You know, I want to date a millionaire. I mean, that's what, you know.
That's what you hear.
That's what you hear from, you know, the opposite sex. And the thing about it is, the only thing, if you're not that's the only thing you can do is give them realness. Well, and realness is refreshing in a way where it smacks you in the face, or you don't realize it. And that's the bad part about it.
No, that's cool though. Let's switch gears.
No. That's the bad part about it. It's not switch gears. That's the bad part about it, because realness is forgotten, or it resonating, meaning like I remember it. Right. It's black or white. It's like, damn, like he was so refreshing, so cool, so what? Genuine, so understanding to me. Or it's like when they look back at it and it's like, damn, like, who is this guy? Like, we don't know him. Like, I don't care about what he got going on. Like, whatever. He might be somebody, but I don't care about it. Like, not genuine. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is we have to understand as far as just being men, the power of knowing situations. We got to do a better job at leading. We got to do a better job at understanding situations. We got to do a better job at communicating. We have to do a better job at dotting the I's and crossing the T's. We got to do a better job at just understanding your role and executing. Right. Period.
Just being the king. That's all it is.
And don't take it negative.
No.
Don't take it negative. We all can learn from it. I can learn. I can learn every day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I've been in places in my life where most people haven't, but at the same time, you know, I'm still learning every day.
Yeah, you gotta learn every day.
Because at the end of the day, when you're humble, when you understand different things and you've seen it for the past 15, 20 years, it's like, okay, you see it, you understand it. All right, what we need to do to change it or what we need to do to go about it. And a lot of times the power of knowing is a good way to think about, like, all right, this is what I need to do to kickstart that thing that I'm trying to get done. Go ahead.
So I want to go ahead and transition into sports and the power and the knowing. Now, we've been watching the news, watching the reports, the sports shows. They talking about, you know, how there's a lack of diversity into hiring black, you know, minority coaches.
Black coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know, I was thinking about how do we get, because we all know that there's a problem, but how do we create change in that problem? How do we get, I mean, if you're in this situation and you know that this coach is the best coach for the job and this is who you want to play for,
Mm-hmm.
how do we get everyone to make a decision, a collective decision to say, okay, well, if he's not going to be the coach, then I'm not going to play.
That's going to be hard because you got on a football team, you got, let's just say, 50 different personalities with 50 different checks, 50 different situations. It's tough. It's easier to do it in basketball. They might got 12, 15 people on the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? To create and evoke a change. But when you're talking about a football team at any level, to try to get somebody or everybody on the same accord, to bury their ego, to bury the thought of a check or a fine, or, you know, some guys who are in the league who are on their last situation.
Right.
You got one more fuck up and you out of here.
Period.
And so to have those dynamics play within a situation such as the NFL, it's kind of tough, man, because, I mean, even let's just take the kneeling. Everybody wasn't even willing to take a knee until more killings and different things happened that made people say enough is enough, right? So a coach getting a job, that ain't no harm in that. Ain't nobody getting hurt in that. Ain't no harm and no foul. And so, you know, it's almost like equivalent to the black quarterback situation. Me and Josh talk about this stuff off the air all the time. But a black quarterback was, for a long time, thought to be inferior of a white quarterback because he was black. He didn't know how to make decisions and all these different things. And now we're in 2022, and you look around the league, and everybody has a black quarterback because that is the creative edge. That's the edge to get to the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
And so, or the championship, a winning record, right? And so, that's probably like one of the last frontiers, to, you know, for them to keep controlling the game. I mean, it's head coach, then it's general manager, and then it's gonna work all the way on up to the owner's box. So for them, it's a control thing. I think that's the short end of it. It's a control thing. We've already taken over the league. You know, it's a predominantly black league.
Right.
You know, you got, when you look at the white players, you got, I mean, what, center, quarterback, kicker. We everywhere else on the field.
That's true.
I don't know one white defensive back, DB. Receivers, yeah, sure. White receivers. I don't know no vicious white running backs. Like,
yeah.
I mean, just
other than McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
But outside of McCaffrey,
That's it.
name one.
Can't.
Okay.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? Name a
I can name a gang.
receiver.
Yo.
It's like three of them.
Yeah, Cooper.
Okay, cool. You
Welker.
can name them on one hand.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, the league is a predominantly black league, right?
Right.
So that means that everybody who's at this point playing, it's a control thing. Let them into coaching, head coaching. Okay, now we look around the league, it's head coaches all black everywhere.
They got a problem with leadership.
Right.
And that's it ain't got nothing to do with your talent. It ain't got nothing to do with your influence or what you trying to do or what you trying to be or what you trying to accomplish for the organization. It always has to do with leadership.
Right.
And
you
the
think
fact
there's
that
a lack of leadership?
no, it's
No,
not
no,
a
no.
lack of leadership. It's just the problem of giving the opportunity.
Given the
of leadership.
opportunity.
And
And-
right.
and-
So what does that
That-
say though?
Just always, it's about being fair.
No. It's about being fair, but
It's about being fair.
but listen, it's about the narrative that's trying to be painted. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
If you put a black man in a leadership position to be on TV every week in the leadership's position to lead these black men, what does that say? That's what we get. That's
Right.
that's the root of it.
Right. The biggest problem is they don't want too much of it. They just
Right.
Right.
That's the root of it.
No.
Listen to what I'm saying, dog.
It-
It's a black man on TV leading other black men to a win, to a Super Bowl, to a this, to a that. What does that say to another generation? That you can be a leader too.
Absolutely.
That you can be a leader of men.
Right.
And what does that then do? It creates a false narrative to the narrative that they've already created in a way in which black men aren't leaders.
Right. Right.
It's a deprogramming.
Right.
Yeah, it
If
really
we put
is.
it on TV every Sunday, they can see that this is what they should aspire to. This is not what we want.
It really is.
Absolutely. I love that, Rob.
Everything that you said was absolutely right on point.
Certified.
I just want to say this.
It's bullshit.
A lot of times, people don't really understand why things happen. Of why things happen, of how things happen, or what's the cause of why things are happening. And the thing about it for me is you have a situation where it causes opportunity between both races. Black, white, Filipino, it doesn't matter. I've always been about the fair man, the best qualified dude getting the job, because that's what it's about. Now,
supposed to be.
you have tendencies these days where it's simply on who you know.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, some situations, you can't fault it.
No.
You know?
Right.
And sometimes, in some situations, you can fault it.
That's actually the power in the knowing.
That's the power of knowing. So it goes both hands.
Yeah.
So the people that's making those decisions, I mean, it's like, really, what you gonna do? Are we really you gonna make a decision that's gonna benefit you and benefit the organization? Apparently so. Or are we gonna make a decision that's gonna benefit a culture change and an American history change? Is the question.
Absolutely.
So there's two different things. Are we benefiting ourselves and organization, or are we benefiting a culture change and things of that nature? But that's not splitting the difference between culture change and making decisions for yourself. Because you making decisions yourself, you can hire anybody. You don't have to hire a black man, white man. You can hire anybody to make a culture change or decision change. You can hire anybody. It's just about how you want that team to walk, how you want that team to carry themselves, how you want that team to be presented in a way where it's like, you know what? It's all in leadership. You want the best for your players. You want the best for your coaches. You want the best for management, which is a lot of times forgotten about in sports is management. The positions in management is so key just because it falls up to the position of ownership. Now, ownership controls everything. We all know that.
Ain't no black owners.
We all know that.
Right.
NFL owners, you know what I mean? Jerry Jones, Dan Snyder.
Name one black owner.
There ain't none.
Okay, thank you.
But at the same time,
I digress.
is there reasons for change? Is there reasons to create more diversity? Yes. Why not be fair?
We can't create.
All-
we can't change the culture.
All we're asking is to be fair. That's all it is. To be fair. That's it. That's all that matters is how can we be fair? Hardworking brothers, hardworking white guys, right? Hardworking Filipinos, hardworking Asians, hardworking Spanish,
Wouldn't it be
Mexicans,
dope- wouldn't it be
hardworking.
dope-
Just be fair.
wouldn't
Give
it be
everybody the fair opportunity to see everybody
Different
winning.
Culture owner around the league.
That would be
A
super
black
dope.
owner, an
Yeah.
Asian owner.
Absolutely.
A Filipino owner.
But here's the thing:
Not
the
gonna
only way
happen.
that we can create that change in that culture is we have to. It has to be unity. It's got to be unity. It's got to be everybody willing to sacrifice their bag or whatever the case may be to take a stand. That's
I
what
think
I
it would be
believe.
dope. I mean, America's made up of multicultures, right? And so each team, essentially, I mean, the money that flows in and through a team, it's life changing money.
I mean,
Yeah.
before Tom Brady retired, quote unquote.
Is he done?
Yeah, he saved done. But before he retired, if Tom Brady would have came and said, "I'm not playing another down of football until y'all diversify coaching,"
You think
Yeah.
shit gets done
it gets
Yeah.
done.
I
It
think
gets
immediately?
done.
Immediately. You think so?
Yeah, Tom got that
Yeah.
much. That much.
It gets
pull.
done. It gets done.
I think he definitely got that.
Wow.
He has
It-
that much pull.
Especially considering
That shows how far we're behind.
no, what shows how far we're behind is the lack of coaches that played in the NFL. You know what I mean?
That's in it.
It's actually in there.
Mm-hmm.
Those coaches. You know-
Well, let's be famous. Let's be honest.
Shouts
Those
out
coaches,
Brian Flores.
those coaches are living off fear. Besides blind Flores, let's just face it.
Fear in what
Yeah.
way?
Fear in what? I don't want to lose my job if
Right.
I speak on something.
Right. As
I
soon
ain't
as
gonna
I
lose
speak
five,
up,
600,000.
I'ma
That's
lose
good
my
enough for
shit.
me. I'm okay with that.
Right.
yeah.
Right? 600,000, 700,000, 1.2 million. Shit. I mean, shit. Ain't nobody on the jobs ain't making that. I'm good. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm good. You know, we don't need to be no cultural change, right? I'm making 1.2, 675, 785. What do I need to say something for? I'm not jeopardizing my job, right? Fear is the biggest thing of control. Fear is the biggest thing of not doing the right thing, and fear is the biggest thing of not collecting the paycheck.
I
Yeah.
think you have a very valid point. I
No
think
question.
We as black men and other cultures have been controlled by fear.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yep. Absolutely.
Fear of not getting a paycheck. All of that stems from, let's go all the way back, right? Fear of getting whipped,
Yep.
right? Then you fast forward, fear of being put in jail, right? Then you fast forward a little bit further. Fear of getting killed, lynched,
Right.
right? Fast forward a little bit more. Fear of not getting a check. It's all derivative from control
Absolutely.
and fear. Simple as that. It's all a form of control. The way that they hold you now is not about, whipping you or whatever, but it's about providing for your family. What you gonna do?
Either or. Yeah.
Speak up.
Yeah.
Get paid.
Right.
Any final raps to wrap up of the power of knowing? I think this is one of I would say, excuse
Very
my language,
powerful topic.
very
Extremely.
powerful topic that I feel like a lot of people can enlighten on and
Yeah.
really express their interest in just different avenues on where they're at in life in their current industry and their current professionalism. I would say, right, in a way where how can we, really enlighten the topic of the power of knowing, right? Knowing the situation that you're gonna walk into, right? Knowing how you're going to feel when you go to a certain situation with a friend or a certain situation at a club with friends or a certain situation with a guy at a dinner date you want
Or
to
knowing
know
how you're going to be
before,
perceived.
knowing how to proceed. It's the power of knowing. It's the power of feeling comfortable. It's the power of feeling cool and calm and not to worry that a lot of us fear. A lot of us fear of worrying. GS, do you like to worry? Yeah, he said no. He don't like to worry. I know Rock and Rob.
I ain't had a stressful day in my life.
don't like
'cause
to worry.
Hey man.
Everybody wants to know
Can't say that,
and be comfortable of knowing what's gonna happen. People don't like to live in unpredictable world,
Right.
which causes unknown. And unknown causes
Anxiety.
at the same time, which is positive for yourself, is growth.
Right.
The unknown always causes growth. Why? Because you're doing things that you've never done before. You're doing things that you're sitting in before that you've never experienced before, right? Which allows you to compile that experience on experiences that you have learned and grow on that. right? Which still at the end of the day, when you're in an unknown experience or an experience that you haven't been familiar with, you're still growing. It's just you haven't been in that experience before, so now you're learning instead of knowing the experience that you're walking into.
Absolutely.
So
Preach.
It's something that the
I
power
like
of knowing
that
is
shit.
very special. I would say it's always good to always have be ahead of your enemy or be ahead of the op, as they would say in 2022. But just be research, man. Just be informative, man. Be
Right,
informative
right.
about the things that you're doing.
Create the
Be
conversation,
informative
people.
about the things that you're passionate in, and understand the full information. Don't become reliable on low receptive information. Low receptive information can cause a lot of drama. Number one. Number two, it can cause a lot of confusion.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
everybody,
do the research yourself, people.
everybody
That's
in
what
the
it's all
world
about,
wants to
man. You got
have-
to actually do the research yourself. You got to actually understand that, hey, just because he told me and I trust what he say, no, I need to actually find out so that I know, so that I can educate, so that I can inform, other people, So nobody gets to the point where, you're too old to learn new tricks. You know what I'm saying? At no point, I think about we talk about the sports athletes all the time. A lot of them just know sports. They don't know anything else.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, it's sad too, because a lot of people look up to the people that just know sports and don't know about
Right.
anything else. That's another topic and conversation at the end of the day, right? You're
Yeah.
so framed and so gifted at something that you've been doing for 20 years, but what else you doing, right?
Right.
And we're going to get into that a little bit
No.
later on.
We talk.
No, we talking. We can talk all days
Oh
for
yeah,
days.
yeah. We can go in.
But we're going to wrap up this the situation of the episode of Power Knowing, episode 1, season 3, episode 21, season 3, episode 1, really total of episode 21.
Yeah, we still at it. We still
Yeah,
at
we're
it.
still going.
Roku, Hulu.
Apple. Let me go ahead and name them. Let me go ahead and run around the
Go
list.
ahead, run the list.
We got Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Roku. We're gonna be on this new platform called Radiant. Obviously, Vuzzle right now is down, so don't tune into that. Obviously, but we're on all the major platforms right now. Keep supporting, keep tuning in.
YouTube.
We're gonna
It's my
keep.
favorite
We're gonna
one.
keep giving you that real.
Subscribe. We need them comments too,
Hey, look,
y'all.
we're gonna keep
We
giving
need
you
them
that real.
comments.
We're gonna keep giving you that what you want. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give you that guest that you want too. And more importantly, we're gonna give you that authenticity and that genuineness that you've been looking for in these shows. We ain't gonna give you that calculated bull,
Right.
as I call it. But we're gonna give you that real and what you guys deserve. And I appreciate you subscribing, downloading, the support for the last couple of years. You guys been amazing. Just keep, honing in on what we doing. Check us out, www.sportsandstreettalk.net for all the latest episodes, all this apparel. And check, what we got, our guys, our hosts, Rob Gordon and Rock Jones. They got a lot of great things going. Check their Instagram out. Find
Tune
out
in,
what they're
y'all.
going and tap in with them, especially in what they got going on, because it's a lot of different things that we doing to really make an impact and, more importantly, just give a positive message that can influence others. So check us out, www.sportsandstreettalk.net for all the latest episodes. Check us out. Peace and love.
Peace and love, y'all.
One.